Welcome to the Let It Bleed podcast, a place where you can hear the liquor-fueled ramblings of two narcissistic wizards who conjure the essence of inspirational people every week and bring it straight to you.
And just how do you plan on doing that? Magic. Motherfucker.
And now for the wizards themselves, David Amaya and Phil Arroyo.
What's up, everybody, on this fucking hot-ass summer day? Maybe it's not that hot. It actually feels kind of nice, but I'm sitting here in my car in this oven under a tree, but it's still freaking toasty.
Don't doubt yourself, sir. It is fucking hot today.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, we went down to, I just went down to check out the Chargers training camp earlier today, and I was fucking glistening. It was beautiful, but goddamn was it uncomfortable.
You were right by my work, since they're over by IKEA, right?
Yes, that's right.
Cool. Yeah.
I made it a point to not go say hi.
Yeah, that as people tend to do or not do with me.
Yeah.
No, I was actually surprisingly busy today. Usually it's pretty sleepy in the gallery on the weekdays, and I've just been like, I've had several people come in, and not just come in like they're just kind of, cruising through the mall and like stumble upon us. More like they came in just to like actually see the gallery and look up some Chuck Jones stuff. So it was cool. It was nice to get up and actually talk to people who care or are interested in the stuff. Not to say or make it sound like there aren't a lot of people that are interested in them. There definitely are, but yeah.
But to have like an actual fan like go in there and really appreciate what you guys are doing, that's actually pretty damn cool, man.
And like I said, there are a lot of fans, but they're just not really located here. Like if you in San Diego or Santa Fe or it just in different parts they come for events and everything like that. But like the average person on the street doesn't really know who Chuck Jones is. But anyways. This week has been fucking crazy. Every week leading up to this week since April has been fucking crazy. We've been talking about all of the crazy shit that has been going on in the during festival season for me. I know you've been traveling, getting
Burning
stuff.
Man's not easy? Whoa. That's a trip.
It's actually way more difficult than you would have imagined. I mean, for preparation-wise, just because there are so many things, there's so many rules, and it's kind of surprising to me because I, hearing about Burning Man, you just assume that it was like this crazy, like place that of freedom and just like the freest place on earth where you can just go and like do whatever the fuck you want and whatever you please. And in many senses, it is still that place. It still is, like, unlike anything.
But you gotta have some structure.
Well, yeah, and with that, I guess there comes a lot of structure for little, like, with that many people, you have to, and I think that it's kind of, it is kind of showing, to the people who, the people that believe or that try to argue that, like, you can do this sort of thing. Like, no, I'm doing it. You could do it too. The world can do it. Well, things change as, you start to get more people involved, or more, once you get to a certain,
Absolutely.
and this could be said for anything. Obviously, we're seeing it like, in like the 1800s, for a lot of people, capitalism might have seemed great, and then like all the way up until we're realizing now, like, fuck, all of these problems aren't because of fucking Mexican people coming across the border and taking our jobs. It's because, like, there's just this system that was created.
It's the logical and inevitable conclusion of
and
that unregulated, unfettered.
And I don't want to get
capitalism.
too far away from that, get off topic with that right now, but Burning Man, is definitely, something that, for all of these people. If everybody was to come out there and try to just do whatever the fuck they want, they would definitely have a lot of problems. And I will say that it's not so much the organization of Burning Man. It is more or less the Bureau of Land Management under Trump's administration. Definitely giving a lot more problems to the people trying to. They basically don't want them there. Like, they don't want them doing this. And we talked about that before. There's probably several reasons why, because they, it's just, to them, it goes against everything that they stand for, and it invokes free thinking and radical participation in ideas that are standing up to what these fucking what they're fucking holding us back with. I actually watched this really cool. It wasn't as cool as the original like actual footage from Woodstock, but it was a documentary about Woodstock, and the people that created it, like just kind of them telling their stories of how they went about doing this and why it was such an important event in history. Why that those 3 days basically defined a generation. Because so much shit went on and happened there, and it's like it was amazing to see and watch, because you feel that I feel that I've experienced a lot of what they described in this documentary at many different festivals, especially Oregon Eclipse, and I imagine what I'm going to experience here at Burning Man, and even several other festivals I've gone to. You get a lot of these same feelings, and the times that they were going through during the Vietnam War back then, and what they were trying to stand up to the establishment is very much similar to what we are going through right now and what we have been going through. And that's why so many young people do identify with these transformational festivals, why they do find it important, why we do sacrifice a lot of our time and money to go and do these sort of things, because there is something more to it than just the drugs and the partying and all of that.
History rhymes, man.
Yeah. And so I back to what I was saying. I keep sidetracking because guess what? I'm high. There's a fucking lot of shit that you have to make sure that you have right in order to get into this smoothly. One of which was the bike stuff. So you could have a bike with a motor, but it has to be an electric motor. You can't have like a gas powered scooter there. You could have a moped or GoPed where you stand on it, and that could be gas powered, but you can't have like a little mini bike or something like that. It has to be electric. And I bought this fucking badass lowrider bike off this cholo. Yeah, dude, it looks fucking bitchin'. So I bought this fucking lowrider bike, and I was just like thinking to myself, like, I want to get it, because I couldn't ride it out there, not for a long period of time. So I thought about getting an electric motor and got my hopes up on it, and it just isn't working out money-wise and everything and time-wise before going to like get the proper motor that I'd need. This like the battery would last like about 4 to 5 miles before it needs another charge, and that's like nothing. So that's nothing. So I'm not gonna
hard to come by. Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. But I decided to fucking buy a beach cruiser instead, and I'm switching out the lowrider parts onto the beach cruiser. So I've taken up a whole new like little art challenge for myself, because I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. But I've been going around to these bike shops today, looking at parts and like just doing.
You're gonna have, just in time for Burning Man, a non-functional bike that is halfway put together between a lowrider.
No, dude, it's actually Facebook Marketplace is actually pretty wondrous. I got a fucking both of them I found on Facebook Marketplace, but the beach cruiser I got on Facebook Marketplace like 40 minutes after the kid posts it. It's a brand new freaking beach cruiser for like $70, brand new, like nice paint job.
Yeah.
And then so I just figured I'm just gonna switch out the seat and the handlebars and a couple other things from the lowrider bike onto this and test it out. But if it all goes according to plan, which it will, I am going to be fucking cruising around in the most wizardous of fashions. I made that word up right now too. I don't even know if that's a word, but
I'm sure if you didn't make it up just now, when somebody lays eyes upon you,
they're gonna say
probably would have been invented anyway. Yeah, so you might as well get ahead of it.
He was so wizardous. Yeah. That's. I don't know if that's a word. Don't fucking.
Well, I know it's an episode title, so thank you for doing that.
There we go. Well, here we go. Yeah, so I got that, and I guess I'm taking care of the stuff that is not as most essential, like food.
Food's next. Maybe next week.
Yeah, tent, because obviously the wind. Your tent. If you take like a shitty tent and a shitty easy up, that shit could be like off in a fucking tornado somewhere, just flying. Just
Oh yeah, in like less than a
Yeah,
few minutes.
so-
you know, you need to go get yourself some steaks, and you need to go get yourself some steaks.
some steaks, some ribeyes.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And
Oh, I like the delayed fuse on that one. Thank you, marijuana.
yeah, yeah. Well, you got me hungry now because I'm technically on my lunch break and I'm not eating lunch. So, anyways, this is my high rant about all the shit that goes into Burning Man, but that's not even the fucking main parts of it. It's like all of the rules that go down out there. You know, you would have thought that you could just go and do whatever recreational substance that you want freely, as you are able to at a lot of festivals out here. But they're very, very, very cautious about it there. People are like, do not do it because of the undercover people there. Like, if you go... They're like, if somebody offers you drugs and you do not know them personally, do not take them. Do not offer people that you do not know personally drugs. Do not tell people where you're camped if they're offering you drugs or you offer them drugs, just because, like, there's so many things. Like, if you got busted for it and you told them where your camp was, they would come back and search every single person at your camp. And I'm not talking like a small camp, because our camp has like, 100 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and everybody would get busted. Or
Is this a new thing, or is this the way it's always been?
I guess that it's been something that's been going on for a few years now. I know that they've I know that it's always been more restricted than what people like made it out to seem like, made it seem to me. But
not just like lawless, like
yeah, like that's kind of what you imagine when you first hear about Burning Man. You're just like out in the desert. It's just this like lawless and this lawless place that anything goes. But so that's one thing to really like be aware of. And also, as I was talking about,
that's why my drug of choice is the Bible, friends.
The bike. So the bike thing too. Like if you
the Bible.
Yeah, I know. The bike thing, if you were to come with a bike that wasn't to spec, like and their rules about these things change frequently too, so you have to stay on top of all of these things, because if you come with either the bike or anything else that has restrictions on it, and it's not up to par with whatever their allowance is, they will make you get out, like they'll make you leave and take it off. That they won't just like take it, throw it away for you, hold it, and like let you go in. You have to like leave Burning Man physically with it, and then you can come back, or you might not be able to come back. And guess how long it takes for most people coming in?
Wasn't it like a 1 to 2 day wait, like in line?
Well,
last year or something.
Well, so
that being the exception, not the rule. But.
Right. Well, typically it can be up. Like if you're going at when the festival's opening, or it's not even a festival. Sorry, when Black Rock City is starting, when it's just open to the ticket holders, the general ticket holders, it could take up to about 6 hours, sometimes up to 15 hours, they say. And then it's been known they've been shut down for like over 12 hours from letting anybody in at all, just because of like major dust storms or even over capacity. Like I had some friends that said they only went for the weekend. Like they only went for like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so when they got there, they like had to chill outside all night. So they arrived to party at night, but they weren't able to go in. So they had to party in their RVs and stuff outside Burning Man, because they said that they were too full. And it's like, whoa, you guys have fucking tickets, like what the fuck. Like yeah, exactly. It's kind of like what happened at Woodstock. Woodstock was essentially like Firefest, except played off way smoother. Like they just they said, fuck it, we're just gonna give everybody all these things for free, and it turned out to be great. It wasn't run by fucking Ja Rule and like that shady fucking dude. These guys were just like young and dumb, and they're like, yeah, well, whatever, we'll just give it to them for free, and like let's have this crazy thing. But yeah, like people.
Fun fact: he's sharing a not a cell, but like a cell block, and he's in the same prison with Michael Cohen and The Situation.
Wait,
from
what the
Jersey
fuck
Shore.
is the situation in jail for?
I think tax fraud or tax evasion.
Really? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Wow. I didn't know that. That's funny.
good times.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds like a fun bunch.
sounds like a party. A prison party. Woo. Speaking
Oh
of
my
that,
God.
I mean, there's some other stuff to get into on that, but yeah, that's Burning Man. So far, that's my experience so far. I just can't wait to get the fuck out there, and we're ready to go. Our fire performance group is kicking ass. They're looking awesome. We like basically have our own cool running story as for the drum group. Like our own like the most like unlikely of drummers for this performance just kind of came together and pulled this thing together, and like we're rocking it now, dude. We're ready to go.
I saw that little video you posted. I'm like, oh shit, that's what you were doing. That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
man.
it's gonna be really cool to be part of the Great Circle for my first burn. Be right there, right at the epicenter of it all. So,
When do you take
yeah.
off?
I leave next. I have a wedding on next Saturday, and I think I'm debating on whether to go right from the wedding or to like sleep it off and leave super early in the morning. But either next Saturday night or Sunday.
Oh, are you like caravanning up with your camp or?
No, we're all gonna meet there, but because we have a specific. The cool thing about this about Black Rock City is because they have to be organized. If they let the first come first serve thing just take its course, it would be fucking nuts. So as far as like theme camps and stuff like that go, there's all it's all coordinated as to where people are going to stay, and so there's a map and we have our location, which if anybody's listening, it's 4:00 and A. And we're happen to be camped by several other homies camps, which is also really, really freaking cool and kind of coincidental and awesome because it could have been the exact opposite. Like, you have to ride a couple miles or a few miles just to go see them.
Oh, they get rough, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's fucking cool, man.
Yep. And also, one more thing to add that is awesome and I'm really excited about is that morning I will be picking up a copy of my very first published work of poetry. I did a couple. I submitted 9 poems.
What?
Yeah, so I submitted 9 poems to Symphonic Press. They're a smaller independent press company they create zines, and they're very new. They're starting off with this, but they've already released a few works from a couple other authors and poets, and Halston Torres, our good friend Halston, being one of them. I am going to be. I released the art, I think, for it actually. Buffalo Thunder is the title of this collection of poems.
Okay, I like that. I like the image.
Yeah, so I did that. It's gonna. I guess he picked out some colors. I have not seen the final product of the cover, what it's gonna look like yet, but I'm super fucking excited. The OC Zine Fest is on the Saturday before I head to the burn, so I am going to be, before going to the wedding, popping in there and trying to just grab as many copies as I can and have them available for people. So
awesome.
yeah,
man.
really excited about that.
Hell yeah. You get to fucking come back with like a dramatic reading, like ready to go.
I definitely will get my fucking Charlton Heston voice ready and shit, or I don't know, whoever's good at reading fucking poetry.
Get the slam poetry, kind of beat down that rhythm.
Yeah, totally. I'll fucking slam it.
Fuck yeah, I'll be snapping for you, baby.
Right on.
Shit.
Well,
so that leaves us. Well, shit. How many days are you gonna be out there?
I'm going to be going for at least a week, so my plan was to leave.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, because they say to give yourself time. You definitely need time to decompress, because and I know that to be true from just other smaller, less crazy festivals that I've gone to.
I get that.
So I'm supposed to be back at work on the on Thursday, and I'm trying to leave like after the man burns on Sunday night. I know that it's going to take a long time to get out of there, and it's going to take a hell of a long journey to get back, but I'm hoping for like at least a full day of rest, because I know that when I get back I can't just like fuck off.
Jump right into it and just go.
Well,
Yeah,
not
you
even
need
just
to
that.
fucking-
Like, I can't even just fuck off because I have to like clean because my car,
You need to.
my
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
everything is gonna be like dust, like just straight dust. So I can't like go back into my normal, like just chill out for a few days and go back into my normal life with my vehicle and everything like that. So I'm gonna have to spend at least a day and a half unloading and cleaning and doing whatever, and then hopefully I'll have one full day to rest before going back to work. So yeah,
Good luck, man.
do what I gotta do, you know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a schedule.
Yeah, I know. Especially knowing that like all the rest of the fucking people that are gonna be there are just they're gonna be going to like Lake Tahoe and decompressing there, and I'm just gonna be like so jealous. But I'm not one of those people that can just have that much time off.
They gotta get back to you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
That's what I that's what I was getting at, you know. But
Another conversation for another day.
somebody
man.
posted a funny meme the other day, which is like very straight up like it's like, all right, who is paying your bills or who is giving you money to go and do all of these? There's like a series of questions. Just like, I want to know for all you people that are just constantly traveling, constantly doing like all of these dope things. How are you doing this? Like, it's not like every weekend sort of thing. Like, it's like every day. You've been on vacation. You've been on holiday for fucking like 2 years. Like, you're in Germany. Then next thing you know, you're in fucking, Chile. You're in like all these you're in Tulum, then you're like on all these fucking at all these techno concerts and shit, just fucking doing it. It's like, what? Who is paying your bills? Who is making sure that like everything is taken care of for you? Because you do not seem to be like worried about any of that shit.
And you have kids. What the fuck, man? No.
Well,
No.
hey, I mean, some probably.
Yeah, that you know of. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I think it goes without saying then. We're gonna be taking a few weeks off here, so we worked out. Then, by my math, we should be back on the 12th of September, and there should be a fuckload for us to talk about by the time we get back there.
Get into some of this
Also
stuff that like I kept as I was telling you all of this other shit. I just kept getting like a bing, ding, ding, popping up in my head. Like, oh yeah, we got to talk about this. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that, and it's just.
Oh yeah. No, I've just kept it. I'm keeping it all to myself. But I mean, like, we will have both things because I'm in San Francisco and then straight to New York next week, and then the following week I'm spending all week in Seattle, and then after that I should have some dispensary news by the time we get back. So yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
So all of that is pertaining to that specific thing, or is it?
No, different things.
Got it.
The traveling's all for work and shit like that, and then yeah, hopefully we'll have some news after then. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good few weeks, good little hiatus that we got going on here.
Totally. Well, yeah, I'll be excited to come back and fucking let you guys know exactly what went down and give you guys my rating and all of that stuff. But where can they find us, Phil?
Well, anybody who would like, and I encourage you to share the show around and take this little time off to catch up on some of the other great things that we've done in the past this year and shit like that. Shit, my mom finally told me that her and my dad actually listened to an episode. Like, they started listening to it like in the car on the way to driving somewhere, like on the way to LA or something like that. And I was like, oh no shit. And I guess for some reason they randomly picked out the one the alien ones, where we were talking about how like the New York Times released all that stuff about the Navy finding things. Tom DeLonge was right, and I was like, that is a weird episode because this happened like 3 days ago. But you're like, okay, yeah, let's go back 6 episodes and see. Oh man, so tell everybody because they're gonna enjoy it. My parents, maybe they don't care for it. I don't know. We'll see. Shout out to them if they're listening, which they're probably not, which is okay with me. And you guys can also follow us on all of our social medias. That is at Let It Bleedcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You like a little Medea I did there? Threw that in. And if you guys want to find me, keep up with my adventures, I actually plan on posting some more shit on Nobody Cares Phil on Instagram, and then you can flip that around for Twitter, where I'm normally screaming and ranting all day at Phil Nobody Cares. And for you, my friends,
Well, Hood Rat Stuff with 3 Fs. You could find. You should follow the Psychedelic Lion's Den. I've been actually up on that shit, posting a lot more art frequently, and meeting a lot of artists through that, networking with a lot more people on the gram. So psychedelic_lions_den. If you've got art of your own that you would like for us to share with the world, tag us. Don't be shy. Get it out there. We're all about that support. So there's that. Oh, yeah. And then don't forget, we still have Art in the Park this weekend, too. So that's something to look forward to in between. Art in the Park, Sunday, Buena Park. And bring your floaties, your pool floaties. We're going to be out there just chilling. Not in the pool, but we're still going to be pretending. And there is a pool next to it. You could pay like $1 or $2 to go in. But we're going to be creating art right next to it. Come out, hang out, just have a good time. Yeah, that's where you can find me. So
Hell yeah.
Well, you know what? Thanks for tuning into this short episode. We promise to come back at you with a lot of fucking fire on the next one. And we hope you don't miss us too much. But in the meantime, you better let it bleed, bitches.
Best of luck to you, my friend. Catch y'all later.